Welcome to Life Fit with DVD. That is me. I am back again doing another Life Fit idea video. It's interesting looking back at the past few weeks, this channel, the process I'm going through just to create. I don't know if anybody will see these videos, maybe eventually. But the key, obviously, is for me to be consistent. And that is the key for a lot of things in life, to be practicing, be consistent, be persistent, show up, right? Be responsible and accountable to yourself for the things that you want to do. And well, why I'm here is, I feel like I need to share these ideas. I've learned so much throughout my life. I've just thought very deeply about a lot of things that take place in this world and why we're doing the things we're doing. And there's so much that doesn't make sense. It's insane, right? It's the world we live in is out of control. It is divorced from nature and how it functions. And especially if you're just looking at it from a, you know, mainstream perspective of, yes, this is the world, this is our reality, this is what everybody is telling me, so therefore it is true, right? No. No. Everybody thinks incredibly differently. Everybody is an individual and is very unique. And while we are unique, we also are on a collective, right? Um, we live in a society, and in this society, there used to be, right, fundamental truths and laws, right? Um, one example of this is, treat your neighbor like you would treat yourself, right? Or try to, right? Treat people decently. Be kind to people. Um, and I don't know why, people seem to forget this idea. Maybe they're just not exposed to it, right? Um, Maybe it is the media teaching them or indoctrinating them into thinking that certain behaviors are okay, and you know oh yeah, this is the society we live in. Yet the society we live in and what we're seeing, presented as, oh, this is acceptable, this is the way to behave, is actually not how most people behave. What we see in media is the extremes of how people behave and all of their bad and shocking habits and the way that they do things. So your perception of things is not what you think, right? The reality is not what it seems. Because I believe a lot of people are good, they're decent people, they want to do well, right? Yet the world that is presented to them is insanely off. And this is what brings me to the idea today. I'm going way off topic. But the idea is that question everything. We need to not just question, what we're being presented as the reality in our world, but we need to be questioning things in our own life and why we're doing the things that we're doing. So, what does this mean, right? So it's like, like on the inside is on the outside, right? Um, Good example is animals, right? Pets, they typically behave like their owners, and vice versa, right? What is on the inside is also on the outside, is reflected on the outside. People can project things onto you if you don't have a solid foundation in who you are and what you want to be. And this happens so much in our world with the media, where if you do not have a solid foundation for the things that you believe in, for the things that you want to represent, if you don't have an identity, or you at least don't have principles for how you want to behave um, in this world. I mean, there's obviously things that make you feel good about yourself, and I mean, these are going to be different from other people, sure. But like I said, there's going to be fundamental laws in nature of things that are going to feel right, right? And why is that? Well, it's the mirror concept of, how you want to be treated is often how you treat other people and vice versa. So obviously when you look at the media, right? Um, that's not a solid foundation. There's a lot of people that don't know what's going on in this world. I don't have all the answers either, right? There's a lot of insanity. I've done a lot of digging, and I have my ideas. If I shared them here, I don't know if that would be the best idea. However, I'm going to share the concepts of what works for me, right? And what works for me and the way I behave and think is that I am constantly questioning everything, and I think this is just an inherent part of me to develop a foundation. I think where I'd like to take this channel is trying to show other people how to be life fit in the way that they are accountable to themselves and are asking themselves the right questions for their own life path, because everybody's going to have a different individual life path and uniqueness. However, the collective is going to have a somewhat unified life path. Yet, what we find on the outside is a lot of manipulation, a lot of omission, a lot of half truths, and outright lies that we're told of how things are. And like I had said, if we're not grounded in our own truth and our own principles, we can easily be led astray down a path that is not right for us, and it's not going to be good for anybody else either. So, questioning everything, what does this look like, right? So, what am I questioning, right? So, I went through a bunch of different questions here, where I just wrote them down of how can you question everything, and like what does that even look like? So, what am I questioning? Am I focusing on the right things for me? Is this something that matters to me, or is it something that doesn't matter and matters to somebody else? Answer that question for yourself, right? Because not everybody cares about trees or rocks or whatever, or the media, right? Focus on the things that are important to question. Now, why should you question it? Well, ultimately questioning it can lead to a deeper truth. And when you have a deeper truth, you can get a better foundation for why things are the way they are. Where should you question it? Is this the right place to be questioning something? Or should you, hold off and, do it in a different environment, not the workplace or at the gym, but, maybe when you're out in nature and you feel more grounded or something. When should you question it, right? Do you want to question something fundamental to your reality at work, or do you want to do it after you have, you have some time to kind of be away from all of the other stimulations and are just able to unwind and unpack all of the things that you might be questioning, right? Who should you question? Has a person proved that they are reliable and trustworthy of the information that they're giving you? Listen to them and maybe take the information and think about it later in a different environment, in a different place, to see if it still feels true, rings true, and if that person feels reliable? Are other people saying the same thing? Try to get an outside opinion. Try to get somebody else that is in a different, frame of mind, or not connected to one situation that you might be in, and ask them for yourself what they think about it. Right? You don't have to take what they're saying as it being true, especially if it doesn't resonate with you as being true. However, if it's making you feel angry or negative or something like that, well, it's important to question those emotions within yourself, because you might be supporting things that um, are intentionally making you feel bad, and ultimately you want to be moving towards things that make you feel good, not towards an addiction to negativity. Um, you want to be moving towards things that obviously are going to mean something to you, that feel principled, um, that is a direction that you want, and that's the direction you want to be going, right? And all of this starts from questioning all of these emotions you're feeling about things, the reality that somebody's presenting you, the information that somebody is presenting you. Does it feel right? Right? Does it intuitively feel right? Does it check out with your head? Maybe you need to do a search, look for different bits of information, and really drill down into what you're trying to research, right? What you're questioning. And that's the last question, is the how do you want to go about questioning things? How do you want to drill down deeper and deeper into a topic to try to get to the truth? So these are the 6 questions I have here that I had just written down for and why you should be questioning everything, really. And once again, this just brings me back to, we want to be living our best lives. We want to have a foundational truth and know where we're going, be heading the right direction. And even looking at my own foundational truth to why I'm here, and rambling about all this stuff, I feel like I need to be here because I feel like this is important to share. Even if it's one person that finds this interesting, and maybe I've asked a question in a deeper manner than what they're used to, and that's awesome, right? I'd love to be able to help other people see deeper things by shifting their perspective, because I don't think there's just one perspective. I think you can look at things from a number of different ways, but you need to get down to the natural truth and your own truth in this process to live your best life and to develop a lifestyle that is going to work for you over time, heading the right direction, so that you can stop hitting barriers and boundaries because you're asking the wrong questions or something like that. So if you found this video interesting, a like or subscribe would be absolutely amazing. And yeah, if you need any help developing your own questions for the things you want to be questioning, if you need somebody to keep you accountable or responsible to your own direction, or need help just looking at what direction you need to go, I would love to help. Reach out to me if you want. But yeah, I hope this helps somebody. Ultimately, until next time, see you later.